Hey, Brian Douglas here. This week's blog is about the importance of updating or reviewing your estate plan, right? So when I was in college, I worked nights and I went to school during the day, and I couldn't sleep very well. It'd be 3 in the morning and I couldn't sleep because I was all wound up with everything I had to do. And I would watch TV. But back then, we didn't have all the great stuff we have now. The only thing on at 3 in the morning were infomercials, right? And the one that I remember was Ron Popeil, and he had all these crazy products that he bought. And he had the Showtime rotisserie chicken cooker, right? And it was this like big box, and you put a chicken in there and you do it. And he had a famous saying that I'll never forget from that. He says, "You said it," and then the audience yells, and he points at them and it said, "Forget it." Set it and forget it. It was so easy to make this chicken thing in his cooker. You set it and forget it, and you can just go about your life. And that was his sales pitch. Well, I'm here to tell you that estate planning is not from Ron Popeil or cooking a chicken, right? It's not set it and forget it. You have to review it for a variety of reasons, or a variety of causes, but you want to review it to make sure that it actually matches your life, because your life can change and you forget how long ago you might have written your estate plan or who's even in charge, or named in your estate plan. And I have this conversation with clients all the time. So what are the things or the reasons that, you may want to stop and say, hey, I want to look at my estate plan? Marriage or divorce is a huge one, huge life events like marriage or divorce, birth or adoption of a child. Of course, the death of anyone close to you is certainly, if they're in your estate plan, you want to do that. If you move, it could be moving within the state of Georgia or the state you live in, or it could be moving to another state altogether. Certainly, if you move from one state to another, you need to have your estate plan reviewed in the new state to make sure that it legally complies with whatever you have drafted, and so that if you need it, it's good. Changing your assets, if you win the lottery, probably need to take a look at your estate plan, or if there's a big influx of money, you inherit a lot of money or something like that, it's a good idea to look at your estate plan, because your gifting strategies may change. And of course, like if you own a business and if something changes there internally with your business and the ownership and the structure, you're going to want to look at your estate plan as well. And probably the last reason, or the last on this short list, there's many more for everyone individually, is there's changes in the laws. Now this is where the problem comes in, right? Because you may not know what the change in the law is. That's something that I do. So those other things you know about when they happen, but changes in the laws you might miss or not be on top of. So it's always good to talk to your attorney, every year, every couple of years, just even if it's just a reach out thing. If our clients reach out and say, hey, what's going on? It's always good to catch up. And if there's anything that that changed, in their life or legally, it gives us an opportunity just to take a look at it and see if we need to incorporate that or make any changes for that. So if you have any questions about your estate plan, certainly reasons or ways to review it and why you want to do that, check out this week's blog. That's all we've got for this week, and we'll see you next week.